am a very high active bodybuilder type who actually owns his own gym. So working out has been a passion of mine for several decades, and unfortunately some injuries led to some issues, and then that's how I ended up having to see Dr. Verma. It was actually at first considering my left shoulder, which I actually had 2 previous surgeries and both of them failed. So after the second surgery failed, I was looking into my options of what was available to me. And my brother-in-law, who works for the Chicago White Sox, talked to their trainer, and they recommended Dr. Verma very highly. So I went online and researched, and I saw I could actually get a consult just by sending my scans and information up there. Dr. Verma looked at my scans and gave me an option that I had never heard of before called superior capsule reconstruction, when you can't repair the rotator cuff, but you don't have to do a shoulder replacement. And at my age, I was pretty young for a shoulder replacement, and it wasn't something that anyone was advising. At the same time, I'd also had torn my right rotator cuff for the first time, and I had surgery on that, and I gave myself about 8 weeks to recover, and I was scheduled to have surgery on my left shoulder in Chicago with Dr. Verma. So we went up there in December of 2018, and I saw him for my pre-op work, and once he saw me and went through everything, Dr. Verma actually decided that I had way more function than he would have expected, and that the surgery for superior capsule reconstruction probably would be more harm, wouldn't give me any benefit to make it worthwhile. And the fact that even though I was scheduled for surgery the next day, that fact that he went out of his way to look after my best interest instead of just scheduling a surgery, that he actually decided, took the time and put my interests above everybody else, made a big impression on me. To have a doctor not just go ahead and do it, but to look after my overall well-being. So that impressed me a lot with Dr. Verma. Unfortunately, in April of 2018, I retore my right shoulder. And so I was looking into my options of what I needed to do. And I was very disheartened, because this would be 4 failed shoulder surgeries on each one. And I was thinking there's no way I could ever get back to trying to be active like I wanted to. But then I decided to send my information up to Dr. Verma, and because of his expertise and his specialty, he was able to help me actually have this second surgery and be successful. All the cutting edge technologies that he had at his disposal gave me, I felt, my best chance for having a successful outcome. And that was the great thing about Dr. Verma, is that he was able to he normally treats not just regular folks like us, but like high-end athletes. So he has an expertise that is very hard to find, and that in my situation I needed. For someone in a case like mine, that was a very difficult case. It was very lucky for me to have someone of Dr. Verma's expertise to be able to handle my situation. So far, I'm 7 months and change into it, and everything has gone well. Surgery has been successful. Dr. Verma's team has been great, and Dr. Verma has been great. He always takes the time to go over everything with you, to explain to you what's going on, and give you an honest opinion that's in your best interest and nothing else. And his staff's been great. Also, in these trying times, the telehealth visits have been very helpful. Everything has gone great with his staff and the rehab process he set up for me, so I've been very fortunate. I always look at, if Dr. Verma couldn't fix it, then I was not going to find anybody who could. And being in Chicago, that I was able to go up and see one of the best, and that is what I would say Dr. Verma is, one of the best. And I would recommend him to anyone. If you have any kind of issue, you would be well served to go see Dr. Verma and his team. They are as good as it gets. And I did a lot of research because of my history and all the surgeries that I've had to do on doctors. And I know what I'm looking for, and I don't think anybody would be disappointed by finding Dr. Verma and having his team help them through whatever they're going through.